Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Siti Hawa Shuid. I would like to present a research with the title of A Systematic Literature Review on the Rules and Ethical Dilemma of Professional Accountant in Money Laundering. Money laundering has been viewed as the international trade as it is facilitate organized crime and jeopardize the integrity and security of the financial system. It involved with the process of concealing the origins of the proceeds of criminal activity in order to hide their suspicious sources of income. Significantly, the exposure of the Pandora Papers and other international investigations have highlighted the increasing severity of money laundering activity. This revelation scrutinized the role played by professional accountants even in carrying out illegal actions like money laundering. The pervasive practice of willful blindness has hindered professionals from taking responsibility for seeking out relevant and adequate knowledge. Thus, the objective of this study is to review previous studies systematically in order to enhance understanding of the roles and responsibility of the professional accountant and the ethical dilemma they face in fighting against money laundering activity. The study was carried out using the guideline provided in the preferred reporting item for systematic review and meta-analysis, PRISMA. To identify relevant articles related to the research objective, a literature search was conducted using two databases. The first one is Scopus and the second one is Web of Science. This is the primary systematic search steps. The first step is the identification process. We are able to identify article under Scopus with 144 articles and 126 articles under Web of Science. Okay. The second process is the screening process. Okay. In the screening process, the study utilized inclusion and exclusion criteria to select appropriate article for the incorporation in the systematic review procedure. We use article published between 2017 and 2022 for this study, and we only use article journals to ensure the quality of the review, and while all non-English documents were excluded. This process retrieved a total of 84 articles, of which 160 articles were excluded for not meeting the inclusion criteria. Okay. At this stage, 17 articles were omitted, leaving the remaining 67 articles for the eligibility process. After the screening process, we proceed with the eligibility process by manually evaluate the titles and abstract of 67 articles. Consequently, 52 articles were excluded due to the unavailability of full text document and other reasons. Okay. The remaining 15 articles were included to assess to determine whether they are able to address our research objective. This review obtained a total of 15 articles from a range of countries, namely Iraq, Malaysia, Italy, Jordan, the United Kingdom, Indonesia, Iran, United States of America, and Brazil. And there are two studies have been conducted across 11 countries and 116 countries respectively. We found no article in year 2017, 5 articles in year 2018, 1 article in year 2019, and 4 articles in year 2020, 3 articles in year 2021, and 2 articles in year 2022. We found 11 articles that use quantitative approach, 3 articles that use qualitative approach, and 1 article that use mixed method approach. Okay, by relating to our research objective, we found there are 4 main roles of professional accountant. The first role is that the accountant should be able to enhance knowledge and skill, and they are expected to offer expert opinion. And the professional accountant also should able to detect and investigating money laundering cases. And the last main role is that they are able to report any suspected money laundering cases. However, there are some ethical dilemmas faced by the professional accountant that lead them to either facilitate the crime activity or resign from their job position. Okay, the first role is that they need to enhance knowledge and skill. There are some auditors that have lacks of knowledge regarding their responsibility in detecting money laundering operation, as well as their understanding of the audit objective and area. So, the comprehensive and relevant training and competence play an important roles in the execution of anti-money laundering program. There are some benefits when they enhance knowledge and skill. This will empower them to identify any suspicious transaction. By enhancing knowledge and skill, they will be able to address the issue of money laundering. Okay, by enhancing knowledge and skill, the professional accountant able to meet legal obligation for compliance audit by also identifying both vulnerabilities and strengths within the anti-money laundering program. And they'll be able to evaluate the sufficiency of training as well as the accuracy and comprehensiveness of information system used for money laundering compliance. The second role is that the professional accountant are expected to offer expert opinion. They need to provide legal opinion and information to substantiate cases of corruption, money laundering activity, and other illegal activity. They also need to identify weaknesses and offering guidance on compliance and financial reporting obligation. Then the auditor or professional accountant are expected to review the actions of entity to obtain reasonable assurance of observing the money laundering laws, assessing their effectiveness, and obtaining management approval regarding observing the laundering regulation during the financial statement audits. The third role is that the professional accountant should detect and investigate money laundering cases. However, there are some professional accountants do not perceive money laundering detections to be among their roles and responsibility. To address the challenges of detecting and investigating money laundering, professional accountant must acquire competency, specific skills and techniques in a supportive environment. For example, Ravinda 2018 highlighted the importance of accrual models in identifying fraudulent manipulation related to the money laundering activity. The fourth role is that the professional accountant should report any suspected money laundering cases. They should act as a whistleblower to report any corporate wrongdoing. They are expected to provide specific evidence of money laundering before filing a suspicious activity report. Individuals with high moral reasoning are motivated to report the crime due to professional ethics, a sense of morality, and a sense of responsibility to the public. However, there are some ethical dilemma faced by professional accountant in which they are temptation to facilitate the entity with money laundering activity. Okay. And then there are some cases where the professional accountant just merely complete the checklist of anti-money laundering implementing regulation for business and non-business companies. While this checklist may provide the appearance of compliance, it is often superficial and not preventive for money laundering crime. And there are some of professional accountants that have lack of awareness about their responsibility to detect the crime and to report the suspicious transaction to the authorities. And the professional accountant may choose to resign when they believe that continuing work with the company will lead to complicity in illegal activity. This difficult decision is guided by ethical and moral principles which prioritize integrity over financial gain. As a conclusion, this study will help in supplementing the existing literature and afterward offer significant contribution to the stakeholders. This study will provide a gateway to better understanding the roles played by the professional accountant towards the current requirements. And this study emphasized the strategic plan designed to collectively curb money laundering schemes in the future. And there are four key roles that accounting professionals are expected to exhibit in the relation to the money laundering activity. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.